have arachnophobia.
He was talking about that.
He was talking about, he's scared of the spiders. Not sure, like, did he go against or did you go with the Brood lineup?
I went with the Brood, yeah.
Okay, you went with the Brood lineup. So
Not
you're
so
like,
scared of
I want to
spiders.
be on the same team so that the spider
Doesn't
not
kill me.
attack me.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't haunt me in the night. I'll go with the anti-Brood. I'm not a big Brood fan. Like, until Brood came out, it seemed like heavily favored, but they managed to pull it out. I'm not a guy that's, Brood Mother expert anymore. Kind of having a bad read on the hero, so we'll have to see like what happens about leaning towards LGD.
All right, BQ, up time to break the tie. Who are you going for?
Was drinking some coffee, gave me some wise words, but I like the draft from LGD, so I'm going to stick with LGD. I don't really like spiders either, Black, so I'm hoping they squish the spider and we never see it again.
Fair enough, fair enough. 3 for LGD, 2 for EHOME. BCOP apparently being talked to by his coffee for some reason. I think you need to have a look at your coffee beans.
When you run out of so many ideas for predictions, it kind of gets
we
really
have a
bad
5-man
at this
smoke.
point.
We're going to send it across to you guys. BCOP and Lacoste, take it away for game number 1.
Thank you, Nomad, coming in. Game number 1. Oh, it's actually happening. For once, you guys aren't lying. Fortune's End comes in. 2 locked up. They'll go to the Cogs, and, well, Urshak away. XM just surviving. Same with X-Nova. But, yeah, coming into this
hype,
one.
nothing happening.
It was... Yeah, you're right. A little fake hype coming out.
30 seconds.
I'm always a big fan of this Night Stalker, though, up against the Oracle. We see it as the counter almost exclusively, it feels like at this point. Jump the backline, stop that Oracle from saving any of his allies.
It's overall a great hero against Oracle, against Tusk. Any saving potential is not going to be there, even against Puck. Puck doesn't like to play into Night Stalker. So potentially could be a really good pick. They have a lot of heroes that can close the gap, just find the backlines. Problem is, Night Stalker does not get to play Dota when he's playing against Viper, especially early on. One Viper strike and you're done. Like, you're not moving. Historically, that has been the counter to the Night Stalker. Also, playing at the Raid King doesn't feel too good for the Night Stalker, where like you have this Radiance timing on the Raid King, the miss chance. I personally try to play a lot of Night Stalker lately. Hero feels good. He's like decent in the lane, like has a lot of regen. Look at his regen, 5 during daytime, and he eats the tango straight away. Like, he has 5 armor, good strength gain.
Clockwork. Just surviving. Sorry, fake hype. Go on.
Another fake hype. That's 2 out of the 2 so far. Yeah, especially with Shadow Shaman, I think they will put a lot of pressure. It's very hard to just zone out the Night Stalker even during the daytime. It might sound stupid, but he's like much stronger in the lane than people think.
Yeah, we'll see how the aggression works out for EHOME. Seeing the Shadow Shaman a lot. Like, I love seeing the Shadow Shaman
I don't
hit
think
real hard.
they are going to win this lane, because they don't have the ways to deal with the skeletons later on. But once there's a first nighttime, like, they are going to start putting some pressure.
Is this a lane maybe that Fade can kind of rotate around on this Shadow Shaman and leave Chalice alone for a little bit? Maybe to get those levels, get quicker to that 6.
That depends. Like, Y is doing a very good job getting a half pull, not just a full pull, so that's gonna be denied very quickly. Playing the lane really well. They got level 2 faster, which is a pretty big deal when you're playing like Radiant. You outpush the lane, pull the lane back. Pretty, I would call it standard stuff these days.
Right. So we'll see how this goes for Ame at the moment. He's doing well. All 3 cores, actually, on the side of LGD are doing well. Sitting towards the top, enjoying their time. 13-1 for the Viper in the top lane. Faith Beyond on this Turtle Viper cosmetic that exists.
Oh yeah, it's one of the ugliest ones. It's like half Dragonite, half Viper, and like half Venomancer.
Yeah. Really odd combo, but he's doing a good job so far, and, well, the same could be said for Nothing to Say. Faith Beyond now getting caught. Battery Assault, the damage coming in. Snowball for the save. That hits on the XM. They do get first blood on Faith Beyond. They're trying to turn this at least for a trade, but X-Nova's there with the body blocks, not allowing Jinkyu to do anything with that Tusk to get one in return. So Faith Beyond, he was CSing well, but goes down for first blood, and they still want to go for Jinkyu.
Oh, they're chasing.
He's got Snowball in a second. Not sure that would be enough, even if he did use it.
They could have killed him. Like, Ursa had 2 mangoes. If he popped the mango on a clockwork, like, Battery Assault would slow him down, so that would be... But huge mistake there from Fate Beyond. Like, he had a lot of gold in the bank, did not invest anything. Usually we just see that Urn of Shadows rush straight away. So he had like 700 gold in the bank, bought a Wind Lace after he died. Something that could possibly save him, even like get into first blood. Didn't invest any of his gold. No stonks for him.
Didn't have those diamond hands ready to go.
To go back to the bottom lane, yeah, they're making an aggressive move on the Night Stalker, who has the boots and the bracer, a lot of regen. Man, Ame has the coolest looking Great King set for sure. Like, this axe is just insane. I don't know what that is, and I love the build on him. 1-1-1, getting that crit. Sometimes I see even, you know, Great King starting with a crit level 1.
Yeah. And just going to the 1-1-1, it's the Axe of the Vile Reliquary. I've never heard of that axe before. It's massive.
A lot of kill potential on the top, a bunch of slow, they're making a move.
Yeah, going in for X-Nova, just trying to get the damage out. The cogs keep them away. Not sure that's going to keep X-Nova alive, ticking down to 30 health. XM's back in the lane, and Jinkyu goes to the tag team. He's broken in the Nether Toxin. They're going to bring a third up here. XM just TP'd back. He's going to take the Walk of Shame. They might even lose X-Nova if he's not too careful. Fade comes in. He might just die. These heroes are coming in one after the other.
He's dead. He's super dead. Like, the overtime damage is just going to take Urn of Shadows.
There's the kill. That's 2, and Night Stalker, now that they left him alone, bottom, he's dead. So EHOME just making ill-advised move after ill-advised move and losing heroes for it.
This is why you buy Urn of Shadows on Viper. I think 33 was the one who started this build from Current Tundra team. He just loves to play the hero. You don't allow enemy like safe laners, especially melee ones, to actually play the game. Ursa died twice in a row. They rotated the Shadow Shaman, as you mentioned. PSG.LGD used that info, go aggressively, kill the Night Stalker before the first nighttime.
It's really putting LGD in a good spot. Is this going to make the game for Brood harder? Because like Broodmother is trying to be active early, right? And try to force yourself down these lanes, get these towers quickly, but if your side lanes are dying and you have no real support, then how can you do it alone?
It's going to be tough. Like, Broodmother needs to do heavy lifting in this game, but they have ways of deal with that. Nothing to say on Puck. Doesn't even have a point in phase shift, just wants to be able to nuke those spiders. Tower is full HP. I think like his job is just to stay in the lane and not allow Broodmother to take the tier 1 tower on a mid lane, which could... Oh, they're making a move.
Dream Coil placed down, and they're going to turn this, looking for the Puck. But at least nothing going just yet. As they come around the back, they've got the Hex on a Jinkyu, but the immediate damage on a Fade. Shadow Shaman dropping Snowball across the cogs over to X-Nova. And with nothing to say, having the Illusory Orb going over too, he can jaunt there, be right next to the Clockwork. Ajit needs to be careful. And this is EHOME just movements going wrong constantly.
Yeah, it's already a 2k gold lead for PSG.LGD. Like, they have 2 saving supports, but these supports are also making an aggressive moves. Puck, 3 null talismans just to have more mana regen to keep spamming the spells, more spell amp to be able to deal with the spiders. And now Ame on the bottom, left alone. Going for the standard build. These days, phase boots into casual gloves. Now he TPs to the top lane. They want to be able to take this tower. They don't have the catapult, but 4 Scaly Bros should be enough to take it.
Yeah, so they're going to come up top, do what you said, and maybe even move for more, making
nice
game.
Like, look at EHOME. They smoke to the bottom. They understand, like, we need to play with the Night Stalker. We have catapult coming in, so great read from Ame.
Yeah. And this is going to give them a tower, like, easily, for free.
Sure, it's just going to be a trade. Foil on the mid lane.
Yeah, once again, they're going after Ajit. They've got the Snowball to follow it up. Dream Coil, Snowball, all out on Ajit. Shards just not quite there. And they do force them away from that mid-tier 1. It was almost a fight that could have gone really well for LGD. Their movements around the map have been basically perfect up to this point, and I worry for EHOME already down this much.
PSG.LGD, great understanding how many heroes they need to bring to a fight. Like, they leave Ame on the top. They know he can kill the tower alone with the skeletons, rotate one support just by walking. Viper TPs to the mid lane. They don't get anything out of that, but they might get a kill here.
Yeah, getting caught behind the tier 1 tower. They get the kill there. Faith Beyond and Nothing to Say will both lose their courier with some items on it, which feels pretty bad, but they'll get some revenge in the tier 1 tower mid, and that's squeezing this map as Ajit now, as we can already see, is farming on the opposite side of the river, forced into a spot like this.
A problem for Broodmother is she lost a tier 1 tower on the mid. Usually, you want to be the one, you know, is that Hand of Midas on a Brood? I believe it is. Yes, Hand of Midas. Not sure if I like it. You know, I'm not a Brood expert, as I already mentioned, but from what I've seen, you want to be able to put the pressure early. Like, you do not want to play the late game with this hero. It's still a decent hero, but you want to be creating space for your own team. Hand of Midas does not allow you to do that.
Is there a different build, you know, different than what we naturally see on Ajit or, well, on a Broodmother that might help him out? Hold on. They've got the kill onto Fate. Shard, Snowball all coming through, and Fortune's End onto the Night Stalker, just too far away from Jinkyu as well. There's nothing to say. Meaning, like, you know, with the addition of this Shard or with the changes that have been made, is there a different build that might allow Broodmother to use this Midas and be a little bit more possible as a late game hero?
I have to get Koikwa on the phone, you know, just ask him what he thinks. Just, you know, what do you think about the Hand of Midas into Aghanim Scepter? Is it viable? This is the greediest itemization from EHOME I've seen, not just from EHOME, but pretty much from any team besides maybe the Alchemist offlane going for the Battle Fury. Because Broodmother with the Hand of Midas, Night Stalker going Hand of Midas, Battle Fury Ursa, like, you don't get to play the game. Like, you're just gonna be hitting the creeps. But let's see if it might pay off. Like what PSG.LGD is looking for. That Radiance timing on the Raid King to go together. Puck right now having a really good time. 112 CS, even more CS than a Broodmother. A lot of those CS coming up from the Spiders, of course, and almost 1,000 gold ahead in net worth.
Yeah, so Ame's going to get his Midas delivered in just a second. We see that it was a 3K lead for LGD just a moment ago, and it's actually dwindled down into a 1K lead. They might find X-Nova again, but if you're EHOME, I think you're okay with this, especially with Ursa, as well as the Brood continuing to farm. And this is continual kills for LGD as a pack, as 4.
No, it's not just that, you know, you have 2 Hand of Midas, you have 1 Battle Fury. Once you get that Battle Fury, you're still not ready to fight. You want to have a BKB to be able, you know, to just sustain, because you have no saving abilities on your teammates. And also, you can't fight during the daytime.
Yeah. That sun's just too strong. Needed to be night. Snowball across, XM in trouble. Wraithfire Blast with the Walrus Punch coming in for Jinkyu. He'll try to get away, pops that ulti. Dream Coil onto both him as well as X-Nova. And they'll both get caught here. Silenced by the Waning Rift. XM gone. They don't even dive for X-Nova with the glyph used on the tower. Instead, they'll wait for the glyph and
a lot of time to build that Battle Fury. They will pressure the tower. Let's see if someone decides to rotate. Maybe what they do is just pressure the mid lane. There it is, Shadow Shaman. Drop the wards with the Spiders. That's a lot of damage, but
yeah, we'll get it just trickle down real quick.
Yeah, I don't think you can defend the tier 1 tower in the mid. You don't have the heroes. Viper going into Hand of Road of Atos. Pretty standard build, just to be able to, you know, lock people inside the Nether Toxin. Night Stalker, who's very mobile. Broodmother, they don't have like the best catch besides Puck once he gets the Blink Dagger, but it's not going for the Blink Dagger straight away. Getting that Witchblade first.
Is Gleipnir for Faith Beyond a poor call if you were to go from Rod of Atos into the Gleipnir? Because I know that
it's a
item's
possibility.
Felt like
Yeah, I don't mind. Maybe like a BKB first. Depends. Rod of Atos, definitely for sure. Might need a BKB to be able to deal with the silence coming out from the Night Stalker.
Right.
And then like Gleipnir is fine. Have that AoE against the Spiders possibly. Clear them out. AoE lockdown.
So EHOME kind of working with their time right now to use these Midases and will hope to get to that Battle Fury for XM. He's 1-3-1, so that has been slowed down significantly. Ajit, though, he's used this Midas. He's one component away from getting that Axe. You've got the Midas onto the Night Stalker. He's picked up the Ogre Axe and going into a BKB. If they're given enough time to get these items, we could see a little bit more of a competitive fight from EHOME, as it is 9-2.
They just need time.
Yeah.
EHOME is not
Snowball.
playing right now.
Wells the Walrus Punch onto Chalice, but fake hype again, I'm sorry. Cutting off your points.
EHOME killing creeps, pretty much. Trying to get back into the game. Maybe this is not a fake hype this time. And it is.
At least it wasn't me that time. Tusk going for Falcon Blade. Yeah, we've really seen this
Falcon
item
Blade,
be popular
is
in this
the
region.
Item, not just in this region, but in this patch, I think. Everyone wants to have that extra HP, bit of a mana regen, some damage. Like a lot of heroes benefit from that.
Saw that build yesterday on the Invoker, Witchblade, Falcon Blade, the double blades coming in.
Blaze of Alacrity.
There needs to be a blade build, Ice Frog. Just combining all the blades.
Blades of the attack. And then you end up with a Raid King looking axe. He's getting closer to his relic. Once again, they're putting the pressure on tier 2 tower. They want to kill it. They understand that EHOME does not want to take fights right now. They already used Dark Ascension. Nighttime will be up there in 30 seconds. So they can take the outpost. Y already there, doing the job.
Yeah, and he's looking for a Blink Dagger, and he understands that his positioning is crucial, especially with the Night Stalker on the other team. He needs to stay back, needs to be able to find the proper positioning. Dream Coil used onto X Nova. He'll be chased, but hook shots away over to Fade, giving him the assist.
Oh, almost killed him. That overtime damage coming out from the Witchblade.
Which blade is that?
Falcon Blade.
Okay. Thank you.
So Ursa finishes the Battle Fury, Power Treads, going into BKB, playing pretty standard stuff. But yeah, he definitely needs a BKB to be able to fight. They have still a couple of abilities that go through Magic Immunity. Viper Strike, you have Tusk's Walrus Punch. So it's going to be quite hard for Ursa. A lot of kiting potential coming out from these two abilities.
Yeah, not the easiest Ursa game. Even with that BKB. They've got themselves a look over onto the Ursa, and the Snowball comes across with a Walrus Punch. XM, he's stuck here and in trouble trying to TP away. They do end up getting the kill into Jin-Q, but they will lose XM, and it looks like Fade will follow. And 2-for-1 trade for LGD. They'll farm up some Serpent Wards, get a little bit more gold out of this, and another good movement trade from LGD.
Ursa just too aggressive there. Maybe if they got a like 2-for-2 trade, kill the puck. But yeah, they didn't do it. Shadow Shaman, one of the best heroes right now against all the spirits, against the puck. Why we see him so often. Also, they don't have a hero that can like protect the Shadow Shaman. They don't have the better team fight. They have no saves for him. Chalice on the top. Coil. Yeah, looks like a dead Night Stalker to me.
Should be with the Walrus Punch coming in, and Jin-Q getting the kill. X Nova trying to TP out and is successful in doing so, but they lose Chalice again, and this has been really smooth from LGD all over the map so far.
EHOME just, you know, killing the creeps, trying to get back into the game. Ajit finishing Aghanim Scepter, going into Hood. Next item, very interesting.
A full pipe being built by him.
Yeah, not just a Hood. I'm okay with that. I also remember, like, I mentioned 33 because he's very innovative as a player. He was pretty much the first one who did that kind of a thing, I believe. But you need to be the one putting the pressure, you know. You build that pipe and you want to end the game.
Right.
Your spiders are almost magic immune. You have this barrier of magic shield. And then it's much easier for you to go for the high ground push. I'm not sure that's the build here. Like, you want to be able to scale. You still don't have like a BKB. You don't have a single damage item. No Diffusal Blade. No Orchid on the Brood Mother.
Yeah, so used to seeing that Diffusal Orchid kind of build from these broods, but X-Nova dead again, nothing to say. As he continues to move around the map without a death, 3-0-6. But inside the Roche pit, Ame just trying to get himself maybe an Aegis, and they know about it. The Spiderling spotted him. I'm not sure they're going to be able to go in, and it doesn't look like they're making a way over there either.
It's not the fastest Roche. Like, tag team is going to help out, but EHOME just does not want to fight. And now you're going to have to deal, like, you definitely give Aegis. I mean, Ame's going to pick it up. So, how do you get through Raid King 3 times?
Yeah. That is not the easiest thing to do, especially with a brood that, you know, doesn't have that diffusal, doesn't have a way to stop that reincarnation from going off. Like, this is going to be a tough fight if LGD do in fact choose to fight.
So pipe down on the Broodmother. Let's see if they decide to take a fight. They also have this timing. Night Stalker will have his BKB in the next minute. Ursa still needs a recipe.
Yeah, he's about
we're gonna see the same
away.
thing again, like XM and Fade trying to make the move on the bottom lane. Same scenario, it's just that Puck is not there, but could possibly TP. TP is ready.
Could just move over, get a couple of kills again, and it feels really bad for the Ursa, who's desperately trying to get into the BKB. Would love to pick up that Blink Dagger as well, close the gap, have that magic immunity, and I'm wondering what Aja wants to go for now that he's got
maybe a kill, because he's 0-0 and 0.
Yeah, 253 last hits, 0-0-0, very active.
In terms of CSing, killing the neutrals. Hand of Midas available.
Massive Titus. There it is. Bottom lane, though, they're going to go and try and make a move on XM once again. They've got that Viper Strike. He's slowed down, and it doesn't look like he's getting away with the Fortune's End, rooting him up. Purifying Flames coming in from Innocence is the finishing blow onto XM. He just cannot have enough space as LGD continue to hunt him down. They've also got the Dream Coil onto Fade, who will shackle this Puck. Serpent Ward's committed. Here comes Child's Hookshot in. They'll look to finish off Innocence. They at least get the Oracle. They've got the silence out of the Viper with Broodmother finally making the way over. And Faith Beyond, he's getting low, but there's the Snowball trying to save him as long as possible. It looks as though the rest of LGD might back away as well. But Ame, he's in here, nothing to say. They re-engage, so Faith Beyond ends up dead. They've got the silence as well. The Walrus Punch onto the Broodmother. Ajit dies as LGD take their chances and are successful in killing off the Brood.
Now, once Ame joins a fight, the fight is just completely over. They know they can't kill Raid King, and he deals so much overtime damage. It was a funny-looking green ball of spiders going around with the pipe effect on. Doesn't, you know, it looks scary, but it's not as strong as it looks.
Yeah, and it ends up kind of falling flat. They got Faith Beyond. That's, you know, and that and the kill onto the Oracle, which is fine, but it felt like at this point, with how much farming you're doing on the Broodmother, that you needed a much bigger victory than that.
Now they have 2 Force Staffs, 1 on Oracle. Also, Viper decided to get 1. So this is how you deal with, like, kiting against Ursa. They focus someone down. They also have 2 saving abilities. They need to be able to survive, like, through initial engagement from the EHOME during the, like, silence from the Night Stalker hook shot. So, like, these 2 Force Staffs are going to help quite a lot. I like that item build on both of these.
Yeah, the Blink not exactly something that's going to be reliable for the Oracle as much as the Force Staff here. Meanwhile, Jinkyu, he's going for the Blink Dagger. He's got that Falcon Blade with the Orb of Corrosion. So he's looking to get in there, maybe Blink, Walrus Punch, Snowball Shards, get that combo off, make sure that they can control these heroes continuously. Skeletons against spiders. So far, the skeletons are winning. It's an AC next for the Wraith King. He's already got that Hyperstone.
And just a casual Sanj, something that we see often to have some status resist, extra self HP regen and lifesteal. Also a bit of HP on top of that. Like EHOME, they're not making any aggressive moves. They try to make one on the bottom. It backfired. They just smoke. So let's see what they want to do. Aegis timer will be gone in 30 seconds. But they still don't want to focus Ame.
Brood kind of showing and making the presence felt. But there go the Spiderlings, and a lot of gold going to nothing to say. They're going to use that Dark Ascension, maybe coming around the back. They've got themselves the Hex onto the Oracle as well as the Silence. They'll get the Kona Innocence, and now they look over Faith Beyond, but the Dream Coil is going to be placed onto two of these heroes. It's with the Axe that was picked up recently by Nothing to Say. They've got themselves the Shackle. They get the Kona Faith Beyond. They end up losing Fate, so Jinkyu able to back away from this. But Ame loses that first life. So now,
Aegis is gone in 2
about
seconds.
to expire. The hookshot comes in onto both the
good
Puck as
hookshot.
well as the Wraith King. The Wraith King tries to turn this onto XM. They've got the Walrus Punch hitting onto the Broodmother, and now XM, can he survive? He's getting low and starting to back away from this fight. They got the kill on Ame for the second time. They have the Snowball as well as the Shards, but it's not enough to get the kill on XM, and 4 heroes are gone here on LGD, and all they lose is the Shadow Shaman. That goes really well for EHOME.
EHOME did a very good job just understanding who they need to kill out first. This is why like Night Stalker loves to play into Oracle. They jump him, kill him instantly, then they deal with the Tusk and Viper, leave Puck and Wraith King for the last. Like Puck and Wraith King, they need to be in first. Like they need to be the one initiating, because if they're not, then like your 2 supports are just gonna feel very dead.
Yeah. And this is, oh god, that hookshot from X-Nova.
Oh, feels like beautiful.
Feels like the first opportunity he's had to be aggressive. And he makes it work real well. Just even with the advantage that LGD have in terms of net worth, it felt very one-sided in that fight, but that was because of the execution coming in from EHOME, which is one of the things that they've struggled with a lot throughout the season. You know, even going from Yao to QQQ, it's a big difference in coaches. You can see the difference in drafts. It's now just about how EHOME execute this and how they can make it work, because even in the last series, they had these great drafts, but they weren't finishing.
Yeah, that's the problem with the EHOME pretty much. Like, I don't think there was nothing necessarily wrong with their draft. It was just about that execution and yeah, like even though they were 5-6k gold behind, they're still taking that fight. Ajit going into Hex next item. First he had like the Fusel Blade BKB. This is an earlier timing, so you need to start thinking about something more late game oriented. With Shaman and another Hex, they will be able to control the Puck. Not just Puck, but 1 extra hero. Night Stalker deals like ton of damage, provides a lot of control, especially during the Dark Ascension. Like you get the bonus 100 damage. Night Stalker getting
Down
caught.
Chalice, they had the Rod of Atos, they have the break and the Viper Strike thrown onto Chalice, trying to chase him with the Waning Rift, and now the damage in with the rest of LGD here. An easy kill on the Chalice, who is trying to build into that Nullifier. He's a long ways away from it. And,
Standard build. You want to be able to deal with the supports, extra slow, nullify any kind of
Coil now
force
used on
staff.
XM. Pops that in rage early, snaps the coil, trying to run. Earthshock getting some distance. Nothing to Say might stay with him with the Illusory Orb, and that's exactly what he does. But here's the Hex coming in from Fade. They've got themselves the Shackle. False Promise. And with the phase shift, Puck trying to survive, but they already got the kill on Innocence. They'll look over at Ame. This might be a terrible fight for LGD, because they are going to pop the first light from Ame. They do not have Dream Coil to work with. They'll bring in some reinforcements and try to make this work with the break coming out into XM. XM doesn't have that in rage for a second, and he will end up dead. So LGD, they get the kill onto the Ursa. They'll take out Clockwork. They had finished off Fade prior, and this is a good fight for LGD. Almost a well-laid trap for EHOME.
I was surprised EHOME decided to take that fight without a Night Stalker. Like, Night Stalker is the guy that you need to be alive to control the Oracle. Like, you've seen Oracle using a Force Staff to be able to close the gap, get that ulti on the Puck. And Ame, like, it takes quite a while to kill this hero. He has AC on, he has some status resistance, so like those silences and stun are not gonna last as long. Also, he got level 20, so will be a bit more speedy.
Now, such a good move there by Innocence, knowing how long he had to get there. Four staffs himself just in a range. False Promise immediately into the phase shift, getting away and keeping Nothing to Say alive. It's a very close skirmish there that could have put EHOME probably about even in this game. So
LGD, they need to be able to take care of each other, save the supports. One of the reasons why Tusk is going BKB as his third item, if we count in a Falcon Blade as one item. Not sure if we do. Like it's like half, 3/4 of an item. Not like a real item. But yeah, once he gets that BKB, we'll be able to just blink in and the snowball people. Like something he struggles with is AoE silence coming up from the Night Stalker.
Right.
Usually like any root mechanics, so he can't just like a bit of malice is one of his worst enemies because you want to be able to like blink in and snowball, but with the root mechanics you cannot use the snowball, kind of hard one for Tusk. So BKB, natural choice.
Remembering the days of Tusk being able to snowball anytime, save anybody. X-Nova breaking the smoke. Rod of Ageless comes in, but they've got the Walrus Punch as well as the snowball coming through on Ajit. He's been caught by himself. Fate comes in with the Serpent Ward, trying to keep this Broodmother alive, who stays alive for just a moment. They will try to turn this one around with the hookshot. They get the Cone of Innocence. The Dream Coat's been placed on both XM as well as Chalice. They continue to turn. They've got the buyback coming in from the Oracle, but they end up losing XM. And now Ame trying to survive. Snowballs there. That'll bring it over to X-Nova, surviving the onslaught from Chalice. And Ame, he's got a double kill. They also take out Fade, and nothing to say is Wicked sick as he is 7-0-12.
Jinkyu still chasing, has that punch ready, gets hexed.
Faith Beyond, he's also here. Ooh, 4-step. Oh, what a move. Coming in from Faith Beyond to stop that TP. Now Ajit has to get out of dodge, but it's not as easy anymore. And it doesn't look like he's getting out anywhere. As Faith Beyond will get the kill, and rightfully so, because he's the one who made it happen.
EHOME needs to go in and kill that Oracle instantly, probably with like a hook shot, not allow him to use any Force Staff, Ghost Scepter. He didn't get any spells off in a fight because, once again, it's very hard to play into Night Stalker. That silence feels like lasts forever. But they got the Force Staffs, they got the Ghost Scepter, so a lot of time wasted. Ursa, BKBs, uses the Enrage. They couldn't even get through one life of Ame. Now, with the Basher online, has another way of lockdown to deal with the BKBs.
They're just going to lose a set of racks. All of a sudden, it goes from 5 to 8 to 13k ahead. And this is just a massive lead here for LGD. It was feeling close before, but that last exchange, even with a lot of things going right for EHOME, didn't feel close.
Yeah, that one fight looked really good when they jumped them. They killed the Oracle, they killed Tusk first, looked good. This is exactly what they need to do, but it's getting harder and harder. Second Roche, once again, belongs to PSG.LGD. Rocket will scout things out. Let's see if Clockwork wants to go in. Hook shot.
Shot goes all the way through the Aegis, is still picked up by Ame. Had to go for it. And
oh, for sure. Like if you steal Cheese or Aegis, it's still worth it.
Yeah. And he's only dead for 45 seconds. So, giving up your life, maybe you could be a difference maker in taking the Aegis Cheese away. Maybe if he was a split second earlier, has the opportunity.
Yeah, you would definitely gotten that one.
It was close.
Last hit, Cheese, Aegis, and possibly a kill on one of those 4 heroes inside a bit.
Clockwork to save the day. That's the dream scenario right there, if you're ever playing Clockwork.
You need to wake up, because it is the dream scenario for a reason. Wake up.
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, no, it happens.
Thievery.
Yeah. It does.
Swipe it all up. Go down towards bottom and try to take the tier 3. They were able to take the mid tier 3 and set racks very easily. So EHOME will try to defend this. They've used a smoke. Smoke on a 3 heroes going for the long wraparound, but nothing to say. He breaks it, and well, now LGD, they've got the information that they need. Ame immediately going into the XM. They get the cone to the Ursa. He's going to buy back immediately with the Viper Strike coming through on a Chalice. They're chasing Fade as well as Chalice, who pops the BKB, but they get the kill on a Fade, taking out 2. He does not have buyback. Dream Coil used on XM, who just bought back. Right clicks coming in. There are the bashes. X-Nova trying to save his bear, and will do so. He just gets up to the high ground. However, doesn't mean this engagement is over. LGD, they're still pressuring the bottom lane.
They try to make a move on a Puck who has a Lincoln Sphere. Brood uses Hex instead of a nuke it to remove the Lincoln Sphere. Just a bad move overall. Now you lost the second set of barracks. The they're just going to go in and probably end the game, because I feel like EHOME does not have the tools nor the damage at this point to deal with the PSG.LGD.
And down 22,000, this is a rough one. They're going to glyph. They're going to try and hold on as best they can. They've got everybody up for one last fight. Maybe they can take something and come out ahead. But that's not exactly the easiest of tasks ahead. They'll move forward. They've got the break on a Chalice. Viper Strike is used, so now he's hit with the Walrus Punch and immediately just dispatched from the fight. They're going to bring the Broodmother in, who's hit with the Abyssal Blade. Down goes Ajit. He's got no buyback, and GG will be called. LGD take game 1 in a simple one that looked okay for EHOME at the beginning, but fell apart soon after. LGD doing a great job, and you know, maybe the record doesn't exactly show how good of a team LGD are at the moment.
Yeah, a bit confused by the item build
Yeah.
from EHOME in this one. You know, 2 Hand of Midas, you have Night Stalker who can only fight during the nighttime. Ursa going for the Battle Fury, very greedy. I would just, you know, love to see what my boy Black has